Surprise! I'm still alive. It's been almost exactly 4 years since I last uploaded a video to this channel, and I wanted to give you a quick update as to what's been going on and what happened in the last 4 years. I mean, aside from the whole crazy world thing, pandemic and stuff, everything's well. I mean, relatively well. And I figured that it was just time again to start this channel because, I mean, my love for cars has not changed. It's probably evolved. It's changed I'd say in a good way. Well, good way and a bad way because cars now are so expensive, and it's kind of hard at the moment to look at the current market prices and be like, oh yeah, I want to buy that car next, or I want to get this car next. So car culture has dramatically changed in the last 4 years alone. So I think I'm using this opportunity to just revisit this old hobby of mine and kind of just maybe see where it goes. So since I have this channel, I started this channel, 6 years ago? Might as well just keep it going, right? Like even if it's more of like a vlog style, which pretty much was the original intent of the channel anyway. And I know I took down a couple of episodes that I've had. I think I've uploaded a lot of episodes in the last few years, but I took down some of the more family oriented stuff just because, my kids are growing up. And well, actually, that's a good segue to my point, which is a life update. I have two children now. One is 6 and one is 4. So when I started this channel, it was a really interesting time because that was when my daughter was born. So that was 6 years ago. It's crazy. Anyway, so I figured that I'd probably just take out some of the stuff that I felt like was a little bit too personal since I'm sharing too much of my personal life and refocus a little bit more on, again, the topic of cars. But since I am not like any other YouTuber who has access to all these amazing vehicles, I'm just going to talk about them as best as I can. Even if it's just like announcements or maybe what I think about the new designs. Very simple, kind of bringing back the whole just having conversation with car people. And that's really, really interesting nowadays because I find that really hard to do. I mean, it was already hard to do back then, even more so today. I think the younger generation who are now interested in cars are more interested in just the tech aspect of things. Anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to do in this channel. So that's a little bit of, an update. By the way, part of the update is I got rid of the WRX. So yeah, the WRX is gone. Owned it for about 4 years. When my daughter was born, decided to sell my Honda Fit and buy the WRX, which for those who are following this channel, you might still remember that because that was essentially what was inside this channel for the most part. Sold it to Carvana way before the pandemic, definitely before the pandemic. And even then I really got a good deal and we kept the Forester. I still have the Forester, which is mostly dirty. We decided to get a bigger car since we were having a second child. And what we decided on was the very highly popular Kia Telluride. So we have a Telluride. Got lucky because got that car ordered right before everyone started ordering it. Yeah, I mean, we are currently at like 50,000 something miles, no problems. I mean, aside from the regular maintenance things, we got the SX. Is it the SX? I can't even remember. But basically the highest trim level because I wanted all the bells and whistles. And I have the brown interior with all-wheel drive. Pretty much the only thing that was missing in this Telluride was the tow package, and also, I mean, this being the first iteration of the Telluride, they didn't have the Nightfall package, which kind of sucks when I look at other Tellurides now and I'm like, that looks so nice. But I'm still very happy with this car. As a matter of fact, I was so happy with the Telluride that I was debating if I wanted to sell the Forester and get another Telluride. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just a lovely daily driver. I mean, it's not the best on like gas, but definitely better than the Forester. And since it just takes regular gas, I mean, it's a lot less expensive as well. Just really comfortable. It has everything pretty much that I want and need as a daily driver, and especially for kids. So now, I guess what can you expect from this channel? I did mention that I wanted to keep talking about cars as much as possible. Keep the content in that direction. Where this is headed, I'm not really sure, but I definitely don't want to give this up because this is one of the things that I really just like to do. My way to express my love of vehicles and I guess technology and the way the design and all that stuff. I'm sure there are other people out there who feels the same way as me. I may not know everything about cars, but I do love them. If that interests you, then I encourage you to stick around. You know, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the channel. Maybe you're wondering, so what's next for you? Are we always just going to talk about your Telluride? Well, I do have plans to still get my dream cars. And yeah, I said dream cars, right? So I'm definitely not going to give up on that dream. How am I going to get them? I'm not really sure, especially with the current prices right now. But I still am interested in the naturally aspirated engines. I'm still interested in ICE cars, basically internal combustion engines. But that doesn't mean I am not going to get an EV. As a matter of fact, I believe that my next car would most likely be an EV because it just makes more sense for us as a family. Not to save money necessarily, but just the way we use it. And I mean, yes, I guess the downs. I mean, the one of the upsides to that is we do save not necessarily money, but the convenience of not having to fill up and not being at the mercy of gas prices. If you are wondering where I'm recording right now, this is actually the garage. So if you have been following this channel for the last 6 years, you might remember the garage being very yellow. So my wife and I just repainted it, added some decorations, and so you might hear some noise in the background as I'm recording this. I apologize because it's not completely done yet, and yeah, I want to keep it as natural as possible. And I'm looking forward to creating content for this channel. So if you guys are interested, you can follow me on my regular Instagram page that is connected to this account, which is auto_enthused. If you are interested in seeing what I've been doing in the last few years, you can follow me on Instagram at Mitch Soul Design. So that's what's been keeping me busy. Drop me a comment or an email. I did update the email to this channel, so if anyone wants to reach out for whatever reason, it's all there. Anyway, I'll see you guys again soon.